Greetings, people in the podcast universe. These get worse every week. Yay! Welcome back to another 4Plot podcast. Today on the podcast, it's the
Ultimate Halo Ranking Podcast.
I already have music put in for this guy, so just shut up. Shut up. Stop talking. Let's do this again.
The Ultimate Halo Ranking Podcast.
Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.
Welcome back to the 4Plot podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are here to just rank every single Halo thing we possibly can. I got a great group of guys here on the table with me, starting with the Suck Zone right here.
The Suck Zone.
Yep, that's it. Suck Zone. Next to him is Richard Isaacson.
Yo, it's your boy. He's back.
God.
Can we cut that out?
Dear God.
I thought we had left that. I
cut
thought we had
that
left
out?
that in season 1 of the podcast.
God.
Very 2000 late of you, Richard.
All right, to move on to the adults in the room, we have Mike Williams
What's up, guys?
and Trevor Easterling.
Cheer.
And all right, next week. All right, so I'm Will Jackson. Welcome to the 4Plot podcast. Today we are going to be ranking all things Halo. As this was being recorded, we're actually a week ahead of time because I'm at PAX South this week.
Yes,
and
you are. You
fools-
lucky dog.
You fools are not. Just want to put that out there. Just rub a little salt in the wound. All right.
I don't care at all.
I'm just gonna spend my weekend with my wife instead, man.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I'm gonna be at PAX South, semi-working, and then because I have to work out there at PAX, but also
and
recording
Sammy
cool
buying
stuff.
my Christmas present for 2019.
Exactly, that's what I'll be doing. But today we thought we'd do something a little bit fun since we're not going to be able to keep current on the news. We would just have a grand old time and rank every single Halo thing we could possibly think of. Our list is so long, I literally had to scratch off overall art direction from the bottom of the list.
Which we might still hit. We might still hit
What
it.
is this,
We
the
might.
Oscars?
We are.
Best sound gap.
And the Oscar for overall art direction goes to...
Best key grip goes to Halo 4.
Okay, here's the deal. Is we are going to start going down the list. We're going to start with the things that are just, the most obvious, okay? And then from there, we'll go into the more fun, specific topics. Just a couple rules, really only one rule. We're going to be excluding from these lists. We will not use Halo Wars. We will not use Master Chief Collection, as that pertains to every Halo game. And we're not going to use Spartan Assault, which
really is best overall art direction already.
Yeah, right. Okay, so the games we'll be picking from are Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach, Halo 4, and Halo 5, of course, are the ones we will be picking from today.
That is the list of all the Halo games. That was
Yes, I just
good
wanted to
one.
read that out for anyone who didn't know the list of all the Halo games.
6, Electric Boogaloo.
Right, that's working title, Electric Boogaloo. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to start picking random people, and you'll go off your topic. I'm going to list out, let's list out the topics first we're going to be talking about, and then we'll move down to each one. Today we're going to be ranking, if we have time to get to all these, and we probably won't, is best story, of course, best multiplayer.
Double kill.
Yeah, I'm still reading. Best multiplayer, best multiplayer map.
Triple kill.
Worst multiplayer map.
Overkill.
Yeah, you had to think about that for a second, didn't you?
You've never
Hardest,
gotten that high.
and then he gets into the fun stuff like hardest to beat on Legendary, best campaign mission, most memorable cutscene, favorite weapon, replayability, favorite multiplayer game type, favorite vehicle, favorite /custom game type, cheesiest dialogue, best weapon customization, best weapon iteration, and overall art direction. If we get to the bottom,
That one's for Matt.
Scraping
That
the
was
bottom
for
of
you,
the
Maddie.
barrel.
we are best. Ooh, that is a horrible topic. All right, so, all right, I'm sorry, Matt. Overall art direction is not something that I think I could even begin to flesh out
And you
here.
say this while wearing a really cool artistic
I do.
Halo shirt.
I have a really
right
nice
now.
Halo shirt I got at the HCS in New Orleans with Jeff Easterling.
Oh.
All right, so let's just start off. Best story Halo game. We're going to start with Trevor. Trevor, what's your best story Halo game?
So me, man, I feel like a few of us are probably going to have this answer, but for me, man, I really honestly enjoyed every single one of them. Halo Reach is one that totally stands out to me as far as story and narrative. I loved every second of the campaign of that game.
Okay, Halo Reach for Trevor. Okay,
Absolutely.
What's the favorite? I mean, I don't want to spoil any of your other lists, but like, what puts it head and shoulders above the rest of them?
Head and Shoulders for me. Not only is it a shampoo, but I'd say, I'd say no. It really does stand alone as probably. I don't want to risk like putting down any other Halo campaigns when I say this, but like definitely got the most like emotional reaction out of me. Like when I remember vividly like almost every single campaign mission in Halo Reach really fondly. There were so many moments with especially the latter half of Halo Reach. As big spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1. Don't.
No, you do. Go ahead.
It's a pretty old game.
It's an old game.
But that your compatriots, in Noble Team, they start to die off,
Right.
one by one.
Right.
And just each one of those missions, as that begins to happen, and slowly but surely, you start to become like the alone,
Right.
the lone Spartan left on the team. It's so memorable, and I just think that, man, they just did such a great job with the narrative direction. The pacing of the game feels
Right.
amazing. The dialogue in the game, in between the characters, the voice acting, I mean, just
Right.
absolutely outstanding.
Mine is also Halo Reach. I'm only throwing mine in here right now just because I don't have to expound on anything else you said. Besides to say, I really did enjoy the story, of course, and the feeling that you get. I mean, no Halo game made you really feel anything before then. I mean, you're talking about Halo 3. There's no feeling. I mean, I think after Reach, when they really started to change kind of the narrative for even the other Halos, where loss was really kind of a theme in there. And
The other Halo games are great. I just think they make you feel heroic.
right, they don't make you feel. There's no point where you're like, oh man,
Yeah.
Are we gonna win? There's
Right.
never that feeling in any
Right.
Halo game outside
Right.
of
right.
Halo
And
Reach.
spoiler alert for Reach, you don't, right? Which I think is excellent. I mean,
Yeah.
And if you read Fall of Reach before you played the game, you kind of knew how it was going to turn out.
Sure.
But just so great. So many great characters. Apart from a Halo game, that's just a great game. You know what
It
I'm
really
saying?
is.
Just apart from it. So mine's Halo Reach as well. Mike, what is yours?
Yeah, mine's Halo Reach. I
Halo
really
Reach?
think that's the only one that did anything that was, even interesting. Because I know you guys really like the original Halo trilogy, and it's well written. I mean, it flows well, but it's nothing really out of the ordinary. You're a hero. You're gonna destroy the Covenant. That's it. Halo Reach to me was actually interesting, and I remember which one was the one that died on the ship? George, right?
The big guy with the
Not
chain gun.
Jorge, it's George.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. When he dies,
Whatever.
and you teleport off, and you teleport off, and you see the ship explode, and then you see all those other ships, like hundreds of them coming in, like you realize that his death was pointless. That's a big, that's a cool moment. It's hard for a video game to do something like that, and there were a lot of
really
those
is.
moments. Like when Emil didn't he get shot in the head?
That was and
Cat.
No,
Right.
Cat was that's right.
spoiler for like my later on. We talk about favorite cutscenes.
No.
Yeah. But all the
They had
character
some great
deaths are so
moments.
good.
Yeah. It was the only one for me that I thought had a story that was something I would remember.
Right. Try your best not to spoil your later topics while we're talking about it. Just FYI.
Yes, senpai.
Shut up. All right, Richard, what you got?
Man, y'all you can't have Halo Reach without Halo 1. Come on.
So Halo 1's your favorite
Halo
story?
1, yes, because it's remember
Started it all, man.
It's so fresh. I mean, who would have expected the flood? When the flood came, totally it
true.
was like this just turned to a zombie game.
That's true.
A zombie
that's-
side, and it just creeped me out. Like the one of the most memorable, I guess, levels from that game. It's not even on my list. Not my most memorable, but is the library. Gosh,
Hey, Will.
We had
Remember playing that 3 times on Legendary together?
Yeah. Mike and I went through. We had the most frustrating level to ever play. Good God.
But no, the whole bit with Captain Keys and
Yes.
him getting taken over by the flood. I mean, that,
Dude,
that really was cool.
How old was I? I was young. I scared the crap out of me. It was one of the first
Absolutely.
mature games I
Oh
played
man,
when I was that young.
you had to throw your hand into his skull and pull out the
what was it, like dog
it's
tags or something?
It was
right?
like the chip or some kind
Yeah,
of chip
yeah,
that he
yeah.
had or what. Oh man, I remember you had to smash Key's face in. You're like,
yeah,
oh
that was good.
God.
That was good times.
Okay, so Halo 1. Andrew, what is or the Suck Zone? What is your? I'm sorry, man. I'm just throwing your identity out all over the internet. I'm so sorry.
You can cut it out.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Well,
all right.
both ways. You can cut it out of the thing, and you can cut out the action.
We'll fix it in post, man.
We'll
Keep
fix
your
it in
identity
post.
secret.
Okay. What's
You're
your
hiding from the
favorite
government.
story of Halo game?
So I agree. Halo Reach and Halo 1. Obviously, it's we're looking for best, but they both stand up very, very high for me because Halo 1 was like what Richard was saying, was just so iconic and just so new and different, and the story was a really cool story. As obviously, I mean, everything is built off that. I mean, everybody went crazy for. I remember vividly when Halo 1 came out. Everybody went crazy.
Is there
about
anything
it.
like more iconic than when the ship crashes and like you get out of the ship and you're walking around on Halo?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
there's so. I mean, it's just amazing. That moment was just absolutely.
And I know we're
amazing.
going to talk about multiplayer portions as well, but like you guys all remember when Halo 1 came out, you could not connect with other Xboxes
No.
outside of your LAN. So you could connect Xbox to Xbox at your house, but you couldn't do it over the internet yet. And I remember, I remember this was obviously so many years ago when it first came out. I remember I had been playing a lot of online PC gaming, so like Counter-Strike, Unreal Tournament, those kind of games. And one of my really close friends at the time was really good about, there was kind of like this, not black market, but kind of like, people trying to figure out ways to get their Xbox online to be able to do it.
If you're about to say what I used to do with my friends, I'm going to freak out right now. Do you remember what it was called?
No, I don't remember the name of it, but I remember us
Bro,
getting
Jimmy
on there.
rigging
Bro,
online.
it was called Connect 360 is what I mean, not Connect 360. That was but it was something. God, what was the name of it? Yes, where you could plug up your thing into your computer,
Yes.
and it was like
Yes.
a virtual LAN. So basically, yes, dude,
Yes.
it was so neat. We used to
Yeah.
do it with
Wow, before
We did it-
Xbox Live ever
Yes.
It
came
was
out.
extremely laggy, right?
Yes,
Unless you just got
terrible.
super lucky,
Right.
But just that idea was so cool because you'd played with your friends so much, right? Which obviously started, everything off for the game consoles, doing multiplayer. I mean, obviously
I remember
online multiplayer.
I remember puncturing holes in my friend's screen and running Cat 5 like down
Yes.
outside
Yes.
into the living room
Yes.
to the computer so
Yes.
that you could do that. And then somebody has to be upstairs and like, I got this game. There's only 13 people in it. And they're like clicking.
That
It
is
was crazy.
awesome.
It really
Great
was.
memories.
Those were some of the most
So-
fond memories I have. And
So
then-
dangerous. Sure, tons of viruses living in that.
Definitely. No more than LimeWire or Kazaa, though.
Yeah.
So
But then after that, obviously, Halo Reach, and for a lot of other reasons, but just Halo Reach is kind of what brought me back, in with my friends, because that's what it is. I mean, Halo, you can play it by yourself. I mean, and Halo 1 had a great campaign. Obviously, so did Halo Reach, so did all the other Halos. But Halo Reach is what brought me back to hang with my friends online, which is
So
what
there's
a
a
lot of people
yeah,
utilize to
meaningful-
hang out.
Right.
Yeah, so I tie it all in for
Nostalgia
a lot
there.
of other reasons.
Yeah.
So just
I would dare
story,
say
though.
I would dare say I made friends with you guys over via
Absolutely.
via Halo Reach.
Yeah,
we weren't very tight till we started playing Halo Reach together.
Absolutely. And the other cool thing too, I will say just about Halo Reach's campaign, and this is one of the first games to do this. I think in Halo 3, if you had 4 players playing, one of you was Master Chief, obviously,
Right.
and then I think one of you was Arbiter, and then the 2 other players were a couple of elite characters.
Right.
But with Halo Reach, your customized Noble 6 Spartan was the person you played in the game.
Right.
When you played 4-player co-op on Halo Reach, you would see
And
your
all the
customized
all the
Spartan in the
cutscenes were-
cutscenes,
yeah, right.
which I thought was really,
But
really
you
cool.
didn't see anybody else, of course, because
Right.
that would, yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Okay.
best story for me, Halo 1, and then close behind after that, Reach. I think those stories were just
All right.
so unique and so good, and both in their own way.
Best multiplayer, next category. I'll kick this one off because I'll make mine short and sweet, and anybody else can jump in there. Mine's Halo 2, hands down. Loved Halo 2, and I don't know if it's so much. Listen, I don't know if it's so much because of the gameplay as much as just the nostalgia, man. Like Halo 2 for
Sure.
me, I lost my college scholarship because of Halo 2. That's a true story.
That is a true
because
story.
of Halo 2 multiplayer. Now, I don't say that proudly. I'm just saying that's what I always say. That game, I played it System Link with my friends every single day of my college years.
Those dueling SMGs got you.
Dueling
got to you, man.
SMGs, I think it was just one of those things where I think the BR was great. I feel like Halo 2 for me, not the greatest. I would never say it's my best overall. It's a close one, but I think it's more nostalgia than anything. But man, I just love Halo 2 multiplayer. It's why I love when I play Master Chief Collection. I will just
looking for
select.
those
I'm
Halo
looking
2
for Halo
games.
2 games, man. And I'm looking for Halo 2 Anniversary as well. It's not the same, but I feel like those maps in Halo 2 were just the best maps they ever came out
Now
with.
they're ugly.
For Halo. No, they're not pretty at all.
They're ugly, but
I
they-
think functionality
yeah,
and the
they're
way they
really good.
play
The
were,
flow,
were
yeah.
were just the best for me. So
Halo 2 was Battle Creek, wasn't it?
Yes, it was Beaver Creek, but it was Battle Creek is what they had turned it into.
In-
There was a
in
whole
Halo
lot of
2,
there was a whole
yeah.
lot of reskins in Halo 2, But then there were a whole
Battle
lot of
Creek is a great reskin, man.
yeah, but there were a whole lot of new ones that came out too. Remember they had the multiplayer map pack on disc you could go buy.
Oh yeah, I
and
remember.
Put it in.
It was
It's
like
where,
$10 or something.
yeah, it's like where Wizard came from and a bunch of other maps that still get remade. Dude, that's where freaking what's the snow level with the I didn't put it on my list as favorite map.
Snowblind.
No. Lockout. Snowblind.
Snowblind. I was really confident with that.
Wow.
I don't know what that
Wow.
was.
Should have seen his face. Snowblind. Yeah, so Lockout, man. It's just you put me Shoddy Sniper Lockout, I'll play all day, man.
Absolutely.
All right, that's mine. Who wants to go next? Mike, what's your favorite? Your best multiplayer?
I mean, for me, it's got to be Halo 5. It's the only one I really played consistently.
There is
By
that.
default.
Seriously, like I mean, outside of Master Chief Collection, I didn't play any of the other ones when they came out, and none of those games age very well.
They
I'll tell
don't.
you.
That was
if
gonna
you
say-
didn't like them as a kid, they are not fun now.
It makes sense for Halo 5 to be the best for you because you can't go backwards. Like you
No,
can't
no,
start
that's
with
for sure.
5 and then go to
And
1.
then go to 3.
Oh yeah. or-
God
yeah,
forbid, go to
God.
That's a nightmare.
and you're just stomping around at 2 miles
Yeah.
per hour, man.
Dude, that's a slow
I played
game.
a little bit of Halo 4 multiplayer, and then just a ton of Halo 5. But
Right.
I mean, every time we put Master Chief Collection, I just hate it.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I never thought. I understand now why you hate it so much. I never thought about it. It's just hard to go backwards.
It really
you
is.
know?
I mean, and I'm sure it was great during the time. And, you know, I never got to see the transition from the original Xbox to the 360 or anything like that. But, yeah, man, they're just very slow feeling.
Yeah. Richard, I know what yours is before you even say it.
What is
Halo
it?
3, man.
Halo 3, man.
You're actually wrong. It's Halo 4.
Really?
I'm joking.
not
I'm
true.
totally joking.
Oh
No,
my
that's
gosh,
not
I was
true.
gonna say,
That's actually
wow.
my
True.
least favorite one is
Yeah.
Halo 4. But going,
You mean Call of Duty Halo 4?
Yeah, oh my god! I remember the Ordnance drops came out. I'm like, this is not Halo, man. What the heck is? Yeah, it's. I will say Halo 5 though. Probably my second. Halo 5, I thought they did a really good job reinventing a lot of the mechanics. And
So why do you like Halo 3 so
But
much?
Halo 3, man. Ooh, you lost your scholarship for Halo 2. I didn't gain a scholarship because of my Halo 3. So.
Okay, fair.
But honestly, I just loved Halo 3. It was just very. It was actually truly the first online game I really grabbed a hold of, and just in general. Just
Nice.
I just got addicted to it fast, and
You trying to go pro in that game, weren't you?
yes, I had my own semi-pro league, which was.
Come on,
fun.
tell the people your clan tag, man.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh! We were called. We were CK. That's why I still have the clan tag, and that stands for serial killers.
Serial.
Cereal
And
with
so-
a C.
and so,
So dark.
but we had people like Applejacks on our team. We had people like
So what was
Captain Crunch. He was our captain.
Wait,
and
you
stuff
didn't.
Like that.
Why didn't you have a
So-
serial name? Why are you Sunny?
I was Sunny because Sunshine was like kind of a nickname I had growing up, and Sunny is the Raisin Bran mascot. That's what Sunny was.
No.
The
Sun-
Raisin
no,
Bran
Sun-
mascot with sunglasses.
I think Sunny's the Cocoa Puffs. Isn't Sunny the
Is
Cocoa
this Sunny?
Puffs?
Hey, it's one of those things.
Cocoa Puffs guy is a bird.
Raisin Bran had the sun in the corner
Yeah, but that
with
doesn't
sunglasses on, which if anybody doesn't get how hilarious that is, a sun, an anthropomorphic sun wearing sunglasses.
Ouch.
Yo, that was my gamer tag, and I was legit on Halo 3. I could
Big X, little X,
Oh
CK
God,
Sunny.
his name
little
is
X,
Sunny.
Big X.
His name is Sunny. The Raisin Bran mascot's name
I
is Sunny.
told you, bro. I knew
Confirmed.
what I was doing, but even though it wasn't that good, I knew, just
Really quick, man. Since
Yeah.
you're talking about favorite
Cocoa Puff mascot name also Sunny. Just
that's just lazy
just wanna
writing.
point it
That's
out.
just lazy.
That's just lazy writing.
Yeah, but he's not a sun.
What kind of lore do they have?
He's like some kind of weird looking parrot.
But what's his grimoire
he's a
card?
brown
say?
Trevor would
parrot.
like to know what the backstory is.
God.
Just for
Good
the
God.
immersion of
Okay.
it.
But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask you really quick since we're talking about favorite multiplayer, and you're the only one that's gonna say Halo 3. What is your favorite power up from Halo 3?
Oh, not power up, but like
Those
equipment.
things you throw.
yeah, equipment.
Equipment.
Sorry, equipment.
I would say my least one is the freaking one that blinds you like that.
The big
Yeah.
the flash
The flash
face
bang,
But
thing,
my
yeah.
favorite one probably come on, it's just the bubble.
The bubble shield.
Shield,
You
yeah.
remember
No.
you never threw out a
Bro, no,
a
my-
shield
my favorite
a shield
thing-
drain and then pop somebody in the head.
No,
man?
but my favorite thing though is like in multiplayer, someone would pick up the rockets, and the guy like you can pick up rockets. You think, oh, I'm such a BA because I had these rocks. I'm about to kill you. You just throw a bubble shield right when they're about to shoot it.
Oh,
and they
yeah.
totally
Blow
like
themselves up.
yeah,
That's
they
a
blow
good one.
themselves.
That's good times.
Easy defense for
All right,
that. But
Trevor, what's your favorite multiplayer? Not to cut anybody off, we just got to move fast because
Yeah,
we got to get down to overall art direction for the end of this is over with.
I was man, I really hate to say it. I'm sort of like a three-way tie, but the first on my list is honestly Halo Reach, man.
Really?
I know people hate the armor abilities. I know people hate armor lock and what was it? The sprint was one of them. I think I ran sprint on every one of my characters.
Yeah.
But for me, the like DMRs. Playing SWAT. I mean, we played Halo Reach multiplayer as a friend group for I feel like over a year and a half.
It was
like
a long time.
Like 2 years, almost every sad, but almost every night, like we would log on and play Halo Reach multiplayer together, and those are some of my favorite memories is just playing SWAT on Halo Reach with you guys. I really actually did enjoy Halo 4's multiplayer, a little bit more customization, some cool game types and different things like that. A little faster too, which I like.
No, I thought it was great for them trying something different for sure. The scoring is just what's weird in that game. I think the scoring in that game is just different than all the other ones.
That is very,
they
very,
just added
very
a
interesting.
0 to the end. That's all, but it just felt weird.
I will say it's hard to go back and play it because you're so slow. But I will say, like, a lot of great memories were made playing Halo 3 multiplayer. I just gotta say, a lot of really, really good memories
For
were
me,
made. Narrows, man.
Yes, the multiplayer maps I think on Halo 3.
Halo
to
3
me,
Narrows is that's good times.
were some of the best. That and Halo 2.
Andrew?
It's Reach, and it's not even close. No, nothing really comes close. I mean, Halo 5 is a lot of fun. I like the firefight on 5 because it's just, I don't know, it's fun. You don't have to. I like doing that if I'm playing by myself and no other friends. I like doing firefight by myself more than just playing multiplayer by myself.
Sure.
But Reach is like just nothing comes close. I mean, just. It probably for other reasons beyond the fact of how good it was, but that was certainly a huge part of it. I mean, it was just a lot of fun.
Well, now that we've gotten through all the crap that everybody else talks about on podcasts with best story and best multiplayer, let's get into a little bit more fun stuff, and we'll try to keep it moving so that we can get down this list because there's a lot of fun stuff on this list. Best multiplayer map, like your favorite multiplayer map of all time. We're going to start with Richard.
So I have a few.
Nope, you get to name one. You get to name one. See, when you have
Okay.
they don't give an Oscar
I
to three
know,
people. They give an Oscar to one person.
I know, but I just got some descriptions of
No,
others.
you
But
know, you
I'll
get-
tell you
get-
my favorite one.
You get one.
Easy Pit Halo 3.
Pit Halo 3. Why Pit Halo 3?
The Pit is
It was
a great map.
it was the most versatile. Like it was so symmetrical. It was even. The power ups were perfectly placed. The power weapons perfectly placed. The strategy on that, there were just so many different ways
That
to
is
try
a
to,
great map.
Yeah.
If you start
get
on
the-
blue side, man, do you go right and throw a frag grenade down the hallway, or do you go middle and try to get invisibility?
Neither. I go backwards. This is the trick to this map. You had to go backwards, go down the ramp, go right to sniper. That's the fastest way to get it. That's what I
On
always
the left,
did.
if you
and I
spawn
always
blue?
got That's
Okay,
always what I did to
Okay.
start that map.
All
out.
right, I like that. That's a nice choice. Mike, what you got?
I liked Rust.
Mike's only played Halo 5. He gets to pick from the literal worst
I
maps.
don't know
Halo
any
5
Halo
maps are
5
terrible.
maps either. You'd think I would.
Hey, no, nobody knows
I like
the
playing
name.
Blackadder,
Nobody
Spinal
knows.
Tab.
Nobody knows the
Like,
name of Halo
you guys
5
remember
maps.
Deuce is Wild?
That one with the
That
airlift.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh God!
Yeah,
Okay.
Tarantula.
All right, moving on. Moving on. All right, Trevor, best multiplayer map.
So I kind of had big and small. So Valhalla is my favorite big
I'm not gonna let you. I'm not
multiplayer
gonna
map.
let you name two if I didn't let Richard name two.
And my favorite small one.
Yeah.
No, got
No,
it.
no, no, no,
no.
not
My
take
favorite
one.
small one is Haven.
God dang it.
Nope.
Nope.
All
Okay.
right,
Well,
next.
we'll take Valhalla as your answer. Okay. You only get to pick just so everybody's clear here. One answer per
Blood Gulch.
category. Blood Gulch.
Yeah.
Blood Gulch.
I know it's
solid,
I know it's a cop
solid
out,
choice.
but I mean
It's
it's
not a cop out. It's
well,
a
you
great
even,
choice.
Yeah, I mean it's the map that everybody
Hey,
played.
listen,
at Starter,
Bungie
but
loved it
yeah.
enough. They remade it like 15 times.
Bro,
Every game.
Every
One
Every Halo.
one of the first times we played together was on Master Chief Collection on Blood Gulch. That was Halo 1,
Yeah.
right? It's the only one where you could kill your teammates, dude. And we had a blast.
Oh.
You would get the lead and then
Oh, yeah,
just
that's
kill
so
each other.
funny.
Man, let me tell you
Just
what I love.
dying laughing.
You give me all vehicles.
Oh
Either give
my
me an
goodness.
all vehicle like just crazy slaughterhouse on Blood Gulch, or Team Sniper's game on Blood Gulch. I feel like
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
That's one thing Halo 5 misses. There's no maps that you can really use a sniper on
Not
like
really.
you
Very
could
true.
like
Just
Blood Gulch.
wide open like
just
that. I mean,
wide open. I
it
mean,
really is.
It's a wide open field from one end to the other, which is awesome.
I'd say if I did have to, like, gun to my head, Magnum to my head, assault rifle to my head, if I had to pick.
Plasma rifle to your head.
If I had to pick one, I would say Haven. Actually,
Really,
Haven is my favorite
It's a
multiplayer.
good
Trevor, you don't get to go 3 times.
Okay, so
fine.
so mine, interestingly enough, Halo 2 Turf. I love that.
Really?
map.
The one with the super
Turf-
bounce, right?
Turf is the very. I don't even use the super bounce. Turf is that very small city map. It's the very, very small
Really?
warthog. That one warthog that is completely useless because you
Useless.
can't drive it up
All the
inside
like
the
weird
catacombs.
hallways and everything.
All the weird hallways, dude. The close quarter combat in that
Wow.
map is so much fun because that map is constant action because it's got to be one of the smallest Halo maps.
good old brute shot, man. On
Yeah,
on
the brute shot, the 2 doors, like they swing open, like the big doors you can open up or whatever. Like
you guys
this-
can sample that, by the way. That's
Yeah.
that's exactly what that sounds like.
So, but yeah, I love that map. Turf was awesome. Worst multiplayer map, I am definitely gonna go with Damnation from Halo 1. Damnation from
Ooh,
Halo
that's
1.
bad. That's really bad.
They actually have reskinned it or something for the, I don't know if it's Master Chief Collection or maybe even Halo 5. Some fan made it. But it's that one, there's all like the waterfalls and you got to jump on the platforms and like you can get way up high or you're way down low, but it's all like in one long...
I know exactly what
Here's
you're
the
talking
deal.
about.
It's a Halo 1 map. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
it's
Like
awful.
there were some terrible Halo 1 maps. So that
You remember the giant snow map?
Oh, yeah,
in,
Rust.
in Halo 1?
No,
It's called Rust.
no. I just looked. It's called Avalanche or something. I forget what it is.
Yeah,
Avalanche
it
was
was-
a Halo 3 made.
it
no,
was-
that's Halo.
it's
Halo 3,
Sidewinder.
you're right.
It's Sidewinder.
Sidewinder.
That is a
huge
map and a terrible
because
one.
because here's what they did wrong. It's not only Blood Gulch and like it's a big long open, but there's all kind of passageways and buildings.
Yeah, it's like two
massive.
blood gulches. Yeah.
It's massive.
Halo 3, when they redid that map, I think they did a great job retuning
it smaller,
Yeah, made
yeah.
it, made it
Yeah,
seem a little bit better.
Avalanche
Yeah.
was really
My
good.
least favorite map for me, and it was kind of a toss up, but I really have to
There's
go
the-
with
there's the-
Chiron.
Okay.
You gave me the name of this,
Yeah, I
but
did.
right
I'll have to look
before,
up.
and so I can't take credit for that. TL34 Chiron,
Terrible.
the one with all the teleporters,
All the teleporters.
Yeah, I
It's
can't,
just-
I
it's just
cannot stand that map.
It's
I-
just that's all you're doing
Yeah.
the entire time.
And then you get a back smack for no reason.
Yeah.
Well, it reminds me of like the Scooby-Doo doors, like the old
It
like
literally
in and
is
out
that.
of door. You're like, okay, you just happen to run up on somebody, which could
Yeah.
be fun if you had
it's
that
probably like
patience.
Ryan Miller's favorite map.
Probably. He's weird. All right. Do you have a least favorite map? Is it just going to be Rust?
Yeah, it's Rust. I'm just kidding. No. Let me think. Let Andrew go. I'm
All right.
Okay.
All right. So on Halo Reach, and I remember this map vividly because it was just the worst map ever.
And you'd always get it.
Reflection.
Yep.
So it's like this. It's like a Japanese. So it's like that house, like some giant house, right? Almost like the first 5 floors all combined into one giant floor, like some industrial, like Japanese building or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was
So
like
it's got all the
real
glass walls.
Ivory Tower for Halo
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
Yeah, it's got the
Ivory
it's got
Tower
the
for
little
Reach.
it's got the little elevator
Yes,
situation in
yes,
the top
yes,
hallway.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Now I love Ivory Tower in Halo 2.
Yeah.
I really love that map a lot. But
Yeah,
that's
I
probably
was
just
not a
nostalgia
fan
too.
of that map either.
Mike, you picked out a
Yeah,
worst
I
map.
remember the pretty much all of the big team battle maps on Halo 5. I'm not a fan of. But
Okay,
the
fair.
one where
Yeah.
there's that fortress in the middle. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
I don't
yeah,
know what
yeah.
it's called.
Hang on, where's 2 hills
Yes,
that come
and
up?
it comes
Yes,
up to the
that
middle.
one is
It's so bad.
just a dumpster fire.
Halo
that
5
one-
doesn't work. Big team battle just didn't work. in it.
because there are no big maps. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
Big Team Battle didn't work in Halo 5 because they gave no. Big Team Battle is about like Sand Trap and from Halo. Is that Halo 3 or Halo? Which
That's a
one
good
is that?
map.
Where you got the big elephants that you're driving
and
around.
That was awesome.
What was the brute?
Chopper, the chopper,
Yeah,
the brute chopper.
the
Oh,
chopper,
yeah,
and
man.
like that because that's a Big Team Battle map where you can literally spread out. See, you can't spread out and like
Go
once
grab sniper and invis. And,
yeah, you can't do that stuff, man.
Good times.
That's tough to do. And
Pure
ve-
ecstasy,
and
man.
vehicles, man. Like, how do they open up huge maps that you can use vehicles on? And like, what's the thing that you get to do with the enemies? The PVE,
The dude with the
the
enemy.
PVE,
Words,
in,
Will, words.
the PVE in Halo 5.
Oh, the firefight.
Firefight, like the, just what it's been called always. But the firefight in Halo 5, like you can get the wasp and the thing, and they're huge maps that you're like moving around. It's like, Give me that for multiplayer because there's no time I can use a wasp. I don't feel like in multiplayer.
Very true.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I also feel like vehicles were much weaker in Halo 5. Like you're easier to destroy
Yes.
as just a person on
Yeah, if you
foot.
got the right battle rifle, you could take
Yeah.
it down. Yeah.
So that was part of it. Is the vehicles just weren't as useful.
Right.
So, yeah.
all right, next one.
Whoa, I didn't go.
Oh, you didn't go? I'm sorry.
No.
Where's multiplayer? I'm sorry, Richard.
Okay, it's the butthole level from Halo 3 Isolation.
Oh,
You know what I'm
I'm
talking about?
sorry.
There's
I'm
a
sorry.
butthole on that map.
I'm sorry.
I know what you're talking about. It doesn't make it
one
any
more time?
cleaner what you just said, but
No.
I do know what you're talking about.
You can shoot the butthole and it'll open up.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, now I know what you're talking. Okay, so now I know what you're talking about. Just stop
the,
saying
the
that.
one
okay?
where you jump and you slide down.
And you come out of the butthole.
Okay, all right. Yes, yes, it is in Halo 3. That's your least favorite? Oh, good God.
Sample
All right,
that too. All right.
That's one of your that's your least favorite?
Yeah, because Halo 3. That's what I played most. I mean, I could categorize any Halo 5 or Reach, but
One thing I
Halo 3.
didn't like about that map, I will agree with you. I did like the top part. I feel like, once again, I love the close quarters. Everybody's in real tight space kind of thing. But there's two bases that you could, like, see into and, like, you could kind of shoot across.
Kind of
like,
mid-shippy a little bit.
It's a little
Yeah.
mid-shippy.
I like to think of
I'm gonna
those.
change that. That is my answer for level I hate the most.
Oh, I don't like
Oh,
mid-ship.
mid-ship.
Okay.
Ship
Hate
was
it.
amazing.
I
What's
hate
it called in
mid-ship.
Halo 5? Remember what it's called?
I
Okay,
don't
the one
care,
in
it
Halo
sucks.
5 sucks, but Halo 2.
That's the one. I
They
never
all
played
suck.
it.
Midship.
They all
Nah,
suck.
Y'all are
All the
ridiculous.
midships are.
All
yeah,
the
those are
midships is
rough.
terrible.
Y'all don't
Too
know.
tight. Too
Okay, hard. Next topic. Hardest to beat on Legendary. Which Halo was the hardest campaign to beat on Legendary?
Are we talking alone or co-op?
We're talking alone. All right, we're gonna talk solo.
Halo 4.
Okay.
Nope.
Easily.
Okay.
The hardest to beat on Legendary by yourself.
I was gonna say Halo 2. If we're doing co-op, Halo 2 is the
Co-op
worst.
Halo 2 is
'Cause
worst.
If one of you
Yeah.
died, you both died.
Halo 2 is pretty hard anyway, just based off the fact that's the only campaign I have not beat on Legendary in MCC.
Do you remember when we were cranking through to try to get the armor for Halo 5? We did
yes.
Halo, me and you. We did a quarter of a mission on Halo 2 together, and we were like, nah.
Because
it ain't happening.
just for those of you who don't know, like Mike said, in Halo 2, and every other Halo game, when your partner dies, even in Legendary, it just says you hide until your partner's out of battle, then you respawn. Not Halo 2. If one person dies, it's done. Like you reset to your checkpoint.
Unforgiving.
Which is just awful. But okay, so you said Halo.
Halo 4, man. There are times when you are pinned down by the flying Prometheans, and you've just got no ammo, and there's just nowhere to run. Like, I mean, it got really, really difficult.
That was almost my choice because you know me, I like raged on that game.
Oh,
a few
hardcore,
times.
man.
Do you guys enjoy playing Halo on Legendary?
I do not. I didn't think about it.
Come on, man. You got to get that cutscene that no one's ever put on YouTube, man.
I do enjoy the satisfaction at the end of like I did it, right? It's almost like in my mind it'd almost be like up in your personal best in weightlifting. Like, does it feel good? No. Do you want to really do it? No. But like I did it. You know what I'm
was
saying?
really sad.
Except for
man.
there's
I know.
What do you know
Shut
about
up.
your
there's no-
I don't
Except
know
for
anything.
there's no intrinsic value.
Right.
It's like
I
being
don't-
in good shape, right, Will?
Yeah.
Exactly.
A category we should put on here, it should be like worst freak out Halo experience that you had.
We'll add it to the end when we get through all these other 37.
Right, after
I got a
overall art
bone to
direction.
pick with the legendary difficulty in Halo. It is not fun at all. I don't enjoy it even in the slightest, and I like challenging myself.
Right. I don't think
I
you're
was
supposed to.
Well, so like I'll tell you games that I've played on the hardest difficulty. I played all the Mass Effects on the hardest difficulty because you get an achievement, and I enjoyed that. And it was very hard. Like if you pop out of cover, you're gonna get lit on fire and you're dead like, real quick. In Halo, though, like there's no strategy in the sense that like you're not shooting from cover, you can't change your specs. Like,
okay, true.
it's very like okay, somehow I have to get 3 clips worth of ammo into this enemy before he hits me.
It's like it's just like one long friggin' beat down
It
the
just
entire
doesn't.
time.
Yeah, they feel so bullet spongy to me. I can't even.
Well, because it's
enjoy
not
them.
skill so much as it is luck sometimes.
A little bit. I mean,
Oh,
I'm sure it's
or trial and
some
error.
skill. Yeah, trial
Right.
and error as well.
So you're going with what number did you say?
I'd never beaten any of them on Legendary.
Oh, okay. Well, then
So,
there we go.
none.
What about you?
Halo 2.
Halo 2 is pretty bad. Yeah, we just said Halo 2 is pretty. Andrew, did you ever beat a campaign on Legendary?
I know I've done some co-op Legendary with Trev, but I can't think of any on top of my head that are extremely difficult.
Mine's hands down Halo 5, and let me tell you why.
Really?
That game. Did you solo Legendary it?
No, I did not.
Anybody else in this room solo Legendary that game? Did you? Okay. Well, here's the deal. They built that game on the premise that you have teammates that are helping you, and that's why the difficulty level is there.
Because there's
sometimes,
the people who
got
can
the
like
three
pick
other
you up
people.
if you go down.
They are
Players.
absolutely. They are absolutely terrible.
I love when one of them goes down.
One
They
of-
all run out of cover.
Right.
They do, dude.
Help me, I'm down.
Let me
Help
protect
me.
you with my
and you're
body.
just yelling at your television at inanimate object. Like, Jesus, no, God, get behind the cover. You know, you're just losing your mind.
Nathan Fillion's over there running in front of 13
If I heard
brutes, man.
if I heard Nathan Fillion say one time, they got me. I'm down.
Need a pickup.
Need a pickup. I'm like, geez, okay, I'm not. And I just learned to leave them. Like one mission, honestly. Listen, one mission, honestly. There's a mission where you fight. First of all, you fight Warner Turtle. I don't know, 78 times in that game. But one of the times I was fighting him, it was so difficult. It was so hard, and I was like, why is this so difficult? There's no. And I looked it up online. Do you guys remember a part where the Arbiter helps you fight Warden Eternal for one of the battles? Do you remember that part?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He wasn't there. I ran too far ahead of my team. He never loaded in. I left them all back there, and so I had to fight it all.
That's
so,
what
yeah.
you get for not being a good teammate.
I know, right? So Halo 5, definitely my hardest one. I hated playing that on Legendary. We'll never do it again. This one may be a little hard. We're going to keep it brief as we can. Best campaign mission, as I try to read what I wrote down here. Okay, I got it. Okay, best campaign
I'm going to
mission.
go first because this one I have an answer for. I think, and I don't know if I guess you would call it this, the last mission in Reach combined with the epilogue.
That's mine.
And I would just go with the epilogue if I had
That's
to pick.
mine, bro.
Because when you get your helmets all busted
God,
up
it's
and
so
it
good.
flashes, it go. What does it go?
It's so good.
Spartans never die. They're just
Missing
missing
in
in action.
Then your freaking helmet
your
that you
custom
pick
helmet,
is
yeah.
in the dirt and like the
Yeah.
moss.
And you have to fight and try to kill until
Hands
you
down.
die.
That's
That
mine.
is the best moment I think
mission.
in a Halo campaign.
God, I want to go play it tonight. So good. Okay,
Man, so good.
is that yours too, Trev?
Mine was actually going to be Kat's death scene,
Okay.
cut scene, just because it's the
Wait,
first.
cut scene?
It's a cut scene.
Wait. Or that best campaign mission.
Oh, best campaign mission.
Are you texting on your phone right now during our podcast?
I was actually looking something up.
Yeah, okay.
That was a straight up lie.
That was a straight up lie, bro. Who you texting during our
I
podcast?
was looking something up, man.
Yeah,
real quick.
cool,
I was
man.
Looking
That's
up who
awesome.
directed New Jack City, man.
I got all this Joe Pesci research.
I got all this Joe Pesci research. Okay. It's
No, but sorry. So yeah,
Best campaign
I
mission.
skipped one, but yeah, best campaign mission is definitely the last mission in Halo Reach, 100%.
Thanks for joining us. All right.
Last mission in Halo Reach, man. That's what it says right
Richard, go ahead.
Last mission in Halo 1.
there. The Warthog
yes.
run.
What's it
Yes.
called? The Mall? What's it called? Oh no, and the horse you rode in on. That's which is a great name.
They had some clever names.
They had some
for
clever
missions,
names, yeah. Because the horse you rode in on, because you're on the Pillar of Autumn, and you got to
That's good
blow it
stuff.
up. Oh, it's so good. Okay.
That's awesome.
Halo 3 does a really good job too with
They
that.
tried to recreate it.
Yeah.
Right?
You, sir?
It's the epilogue to Reach.
Too good.
It's
so
just the best.
for you guys, because I'm not really gonna have an opinion on this. You three that said the end of Halo Reach, any other ones that like not the story or because the weight in that one was what made it really good, I think, more than the gameplay. Any of them that you stuck out as like an actual interesting like mission, I guess, from the combat standpoint or anything?
If I had to break them down, starting at 5 is terrible. Like I thought 5's ending, like I love Halo 5. I just thought the whole boss battle system and stuff was terrible. I didn't like that
Yeah,
at all.
the fighting Warden Eternal a million times. and all
Halo
that stuff.
4 was the end where you had to go against the Didact, and I think that was this.
That's a pretty cool like QTE style.
Right, but
ending,
Halo
yeah.
5 doesn't do well with like boss fights. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
sure.
They just don't do well with that. I think our Halo in general doesn't do well with
It's
boss
a
fights.
really pretty one.
It's a really pretty one.
it's
No,
a
the
really, really-
Didact one's a really pretty one. I feel like what Richard's saying, like Halo 1 where you're driving, Halo 3 you do that. Halo 2's final mission, I've actually forgotten what that is, and I just played
Yeah,
it
me too.
recently. What is Halo 2's final mission? Because no, I do know. It's the because you get on the ship, so you do drive. You don't you drive in that one too? Because you got you don't. Oh god.
honestly
Wasn't
don't
Halo 2 the
remember.
one that didn't really have an ending because it was like a
Well, Halo 2 is a cliffhanger,
Yeah.
but I gotta remember how. Oh yeah, you shoot yourself. Remember that's where you leave Cortana.
That's right.
And you shoot yourself across. It's not memorable. So yeah, Halo
Yeah.
1 or Halo 3. They have this like. Have you ever played the end of those?
yes.
Yeah,
the end of Halo 3, trying to get the achievement for getting everybody across. So 3 people have to ride ghosts, and one person rides a warthog. I mean, that's really good memories right there.
Yeah,
definitely my favorite thing about that last, not only the cutscene heading into it, where you lose a couple teammates, but yeah, as you continue to fight at the end and you don't have any shields, so it's basically just as long as you can possibly last, and you start to get more cracks in your visor and everything like that. I mean, it's just so memorable.
Yeah, so good, man. All right, now Trevor, we'll start with you on this one. Most memorable cutscene.
Yeah, so I was gonna say that's right underneath. It's Kat's death scene in Halo Reach. That's the first companion that you lose in the game, and it just hits you out of nowhere, like absolutely total shock. Like, and I remember if you've played like all the other Halo games leading up to this, it's just like, whoa, this is Halo. Like people aren't supposed to, like, your companions aren't supposed to die in Halo. It was just such a shock. And
unless it's you in Halo 1 shooting them in the face and taking their sniper rifle because you wanted that gun.
That's the only exception. Yeah. But I just remember, reading about it later. If you listen real carefully, Kat says something, when they're doing something with some of the tech on like the system that they're on, where she's like messing with some like magnetic field or something, and she says something to the effect of like, well, we got to be careful with this because it could scramble our shields, and like that's like a totally meaningless line to you until the cutscene happens and you realize that none of you had shields when you were running across this thing, and somebody with this jackal with a needle rifle just one shot straight to the head, and then everything starts to come together, and you see George like carrying her body out, and the music, and just so good, man.
Do you have one?
I have kind of a different point to make. So I didn't find this to be a very good cutscene, but I think they were trying to make it like this big moment, and I just thought it felt really flat. The end of Halo 4, when you leave Cortana, like when you basically let her die. Like, remember when she's like losing her mind. Yeah. Did you guys think that was like?
I thought it wasn't done well. No,
I feel like Halo Reach I thought was really well done, but they just don't do that kind of heavy moment very well. I don't think
the better cutscene for me than him talking to Cortana and leaving her is when is it Lasky? They meet on they're talking on the ship, like after it's all over with. Like they're staring out the window, and like. It's he and Lasky, and it's kind of like this human moment. But no, I mean, nothing had the weight of.
Well, I would also say I think probably has something to do with the fact that Master Chief is very much like undefeatable. Like he's the hero, so there's no real weight to his character in the sense that like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? So I don't know. I feel like a lot of times they try to go for these big moments. Halo Reach was the one that actually kind of hit those moments because they died.
I remember after Halo 3, there was always speculation: is this the one where Master Chief dies?
Yeah.
And I think we'll have that when Halo Infinite comes out. I'm sure.
Sure,
that'll be a big like, oh my gosh, is this finally the end?
Sure.
I think they could. I think they could do it at this point, and you'd be like, okay.
I bet they have to.
That would be a fun conversation talking about maybe who takes over for for Master Chief.
Point. Richard, favorite cutscene?
Favorite cutscene? Wow.
Andrew, favorite cutscene?
No, wait. I got it. It has to be probably the opening after you. Of Halo 2 after the first mission of him just like planting the bomb.
Oh, man, you just stole mine, man.
Oh, are you serious?
So good, man. It really, really
you
is.
Just stole
so
mine.
Good.
That's mine. Definitely when he's like, Master Chief, what are you doing? It's like giving the Covenant back.
That was
bomb.
Good. Beginning of Halo 2, when they show the Arbiter getting.
That
was cool.
Deep.
Especially the anniversary version, the update.
Bro, the update. Listen,
I love switching back and
those
forth and look at the old poo-poo like claymation graphics.
Poo-poo graphics are real.
Old Clayface.
Here's why I love that scene in particular, Richard, is because the Halo 2 marketing used that. Like, that was the big Halo 2 marketing trailer, was that him going down the elevator, him pulling it, and then him, like, flying out, and then they just put the Halo 2 thing up there. And then you got to see what happened when he floats down in there, and he, like, dude, the remaster of that scene is so good.
It's amazing.
It's epic. It just shows you how much, of an iconic character he is. Like, you can't F with Master Chief.
Have you seen the remastered version?
Yes,
of that
I have.
343 did an amazing job with those cutscene remasters. For
they
Halo
really
2.
did.
They went above and beyond.
They got Blur to do that stuff, right?
Yep.
Was that Blur?
Absolutely.
Dude, it was so good.
Gorgeous to look at. Yeah.
Gorgeous. All right, favorite cutscene for you, Andrew?
I don't remember cutscenes very well, to be completely honest. It's a lot of it is a blur to me, and it just
I understand.
No pun intended.
No any story point sticks out at all or anything.
Like, Halo Reach is obviously memorable. I'll say, if Andrew
Yeah.
doesn't have an answer, I have a favorite memory of watching a cutscene with Suck Zone.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
And I can't necessarily, repeat everything that was said, during this moment online, but I do remember having a conversation with I think it was Dr. Halsey towards the end of Halo Reach. And he knows what I'm talking about, but it was such a serious moment. I remember the first time we played it with Andrew, and I'd already played it, thank God, once. But he made some pretty funny comments about realizing that the whole end of Halo Reach was the mission to get Cortana to the the Pillar of Autumn, and so that was a good memory.
Admittedly, I'm really bad. I don't know why, but I'm bad at following game story as well as most other people. It's like one of the few things that like I find that like I really have trouble with, and I don't know if it's like an ADD thing where like I'm just like get me through this point. I just want to shoot some aliens.
I love a good story game.
I do
man.
too,
I love it.
and I know it's a different game series, but Assassin's Creed, in my opinion, did stories well to where it kept my attention very well
to a point.
And Halo does it too, because I know the overarching idea, but some of the little intricacies are not as memorable for me, and it's not because of the quality. It's just because of me. That's what I have to break it down to.
Well, we've got about 15 minutes left here, so here's what I want to do.
Rapid fire round.
I'm going to let we can rapid fire, or we can let everybody go around and pick one topic that really stuck out to them, and they can elaborate on it a little bit. You want to rapid fire, or
Let's rapid fire round.
Let's rapid fire. Okay, rapid fire. Here we go. Favorite weapon, Trevor?
Saw from Halo 4, Halo 5.
Okay, Mike.
I'd probably go with the Needler. I just think it's the most interesting. It's kind of unusual. I like it.
Good one. All right, Richard.
Halo 3 BR.
Okay, Andrew.
I'm stealing Mike's.
Okay.
The
Especially in Halo 5 where it was dominant.
Yes, Halo 5 Needler is amazing.
I love me a good.
and then the DMR. Sorry.
Okay, you don't get to. I
said I like the DMR.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
All right. I love me a good mauler, guys. I love me a good little snub-nosed shotgun.
That was
brute.
you.
That
all those
gun
years.
has not
Used
been
the
in
guy
it.
using the Mauler on Narrows.
It was only in Halo 3, and that
In
was
Halo
it.
3.
Mauler.
If I got it more often, I think the answer from Halo 5 would be my favorite, but it's so hard to get.
That
That's the
answer,
one
man,
with
that
the-
Saw from
Oh,
Halo.
I think it was
Such a
nasty.
great gun.
So
Such a
good.
great gun. Okay. Game with the biggest largest amount of replayability, and you can base this on the story or multiplayer, whatever you want to. Mostly story, I would think replayability, because multiplayer is multiplayer.
Believe it or not, this is not my favorite campaign to play, but I do think it's the most replayable campaign is Halo 5. I really do think that. I think it's a lot of fun to play with your friends multiple times because of like the pickup system. I think that they nailed the movement system in that game.
No, yeah, for sure.
You know, like the Colt Clamber, ground
good.
pound, everything. It just, to me, it's a really pretty game with really beautiful mechanics, and that makes it easy to replay.
I'd go with Halo 1. It has very simple missions that are like, easy to understand, easy to follow. I loved going through the library.
Fairly
multiple
iconic.
times.
Fairly iconic.
Yeah. Halo 5 had the most stuff to like collect, but
Right.
I don't think I'd ever go back and play it again.
Right. Richard?
Halo 3.
Okay. Andrew?
That's a Halo 1.
No, man, I'd go back and replay Reach any day.
Yeah.
I want to go back and replay Reach
Once
tonight.
the story's done, though, you lose that aspect. I
Yeah,
guess.
you do.
Yeah.
But
I
I'm
can play
saying,
it now, but
I
it's been
would
10 years.
But
so.
I would go back and replay the story again,
Yeah.
just to like, man,
Sure.
there are scenes in there that they didn't do any, like the one where you're getting the elite. Like, remember when the elite like lands on you and it's like in your face
Yeah,
and they
that's
slide
right.
you your gun. You're like, and you start, like, there's so many. Great
It is
moments
so
in the
many
story.
great moments in that
Okay.
game.
Okay, next one is favorite multiplayer game type. I'll start off. I love a good CTF game, man.
SWAT.
Oh, you do love
SWAT
you
all
do,
day.
Yeah, you do love.
I love
Capture
the
Flag.
strategy of capture the flag, and I hate playing it with Richard. I really do. Richard's a killer.
Richard's great with
Richard's
those
objectives.
Richard's an excellent Halo player at killing people, but then he gets in the kill people mode, and he just wants to kill people, man. That's all he wants to do. He doesn't want to move
He's
a
really good at
flag.
that,
He doesn't
though.
want to he's like, I just want to kill people.
Capture the Flag, for whatever reason, I don't think it was the best. I mean, obviously there's a lot of games that do Capture the Flag, a lot of multiplayer games. I don't think Halo was the best to do Capture the Flag. I think there are other games out there that did a better job.
I would agree. I like
Unreal
that.
Tournament
but
Capture
it's
the Flag, man.
Unreal Tournament Capture the Flag, best Capture the Flag game that's ever existed, in my opinion.
I got to say, like, sort of my default answer was SWAT. We just played so much of it. It was a lot of fun. But I really, really liked Dominion on Halo 4.
Dominion is excellent.
I really, really enjoyed that game.
Dominion's good. What you got?
I really liked Elimination on Halo 5.
Really?
Breakout.
You mean
Oh, Breakout.
Breakout.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, Breakout, yeah.
We had a lot of fun with that.
But MLG, Halo 3.
I want to like.
That's all I'm going to say.
I want to like Elimination, or Breakout, but I'm so bad at it. It just frustrates me. It's such a great idea, and if I didn't suck, I think I'd enjoy more. My favorite is probably Firefight, which isn't really. I mean, it's the PvE version in Halo 5, but I had the most fun with it.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, I like that a lot. SWAT on Reach. It's just
Slayer.
Okay,
Classic
guys,
Slayer on Halo 3, man.
Typical Richard.
Guys, we get one answer here. Okay, we just named every game type in the game. All right, here we go.
Yep.
How about favorite vehicle?
So I'm going to jump to Firefight and Halo 5 for this one. I really, really love the Oni version of the Wasp.
Wasp is also mine.
Yeah,
I love Wasp. Is a great.
It had explosive like machine gun rounds and like the explosive like grenade.
It's the perfect balance between the Promethean ship and like the Banshee. The Banshee to me now feels so clunky and like compared to like the Wasp. So
Oni Wasp.
That goes for me too. Wasp. What about you, Mike?
What was the Promethean one called? Was it the Phaeton?
The Phaeton.
That one was really cool. If I didn't pick the Wasp, I think I'd pick that. I just think that they were some of the only like new and interesting ships. All the other ones, like you just seen so many iterations of them. I liked that they were kind of different.
My legs. I never use vehicles, bro. It's just get the sniper rifle and you
Really?
run.
Not a vehicle guy at all?
No.
I don't think I've ever seen Richard in a vehicle.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't
true.
think about that.
Someone's gonna have to help me with the iteration of the Ghost. It's the Silver Ghost.
Oh, the Ghost Ultra.
Ultra.
Ghost
Yeah, I was
Ultra.
gonna
That's
say
a great
Ultimate.
one.
I was gonna say Ultimate, but Ghost
That's
Ultra,
a great vehicle.
and it's Halo 5. Halo 5 Firefight.
You could get it so fast. That was the other
Yes.
thing.
That's good.
You
Man,
didn't have to wait till the last round at the very end.
If-
You finally have 9 points to get.
if I could have an
tank.
infinite Ultimate Ghost, right?
Yeah,
Ultra,
Ghost Ultra, yeah.
excuse me, Ghost Ultras, and not have any other vehicle in
So
Halo
fun.
5 Firefight, I would take it.
There you
So
go.
fun.
That's a good answer. Favorite forward/custom game type.
Pigs.
Just
That
to,
old pigs and zombies, Matt, man.
just to reiterate, there's a game that Trevor loves where a bunch of pigs that are skinned warthogs.
yeah,
basically.
skinned warthogs that look like giant pigs,
Right.
nasty pigs.
Right now.
Are you saying it with a Southern accent because Will
It's just
is from
like,
Alabama?
It's
Is
because
that why?
my favorite memories of playing that game type is, man,
Yeah.
you basically everybody is like in a big old pig pen,
Yep.
and you have to hide from the guy in the reskinned warthog.
Yep.
And the pigs just chasing
And
after you, man.
If you get
It's
hit,
infection.
if you get hit, you become
You become a pig driver.
pig.
Zombies, but with pigs.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep, it's great.
What you got, Mike?
Okay, I don't remember what it's called. What's the one where you're driving around in a circle?
Halo on Halo. That's
Is that what that's called?
It's called Halo on
Where
You
you're
Halo.
talking about the warthogs? Are you trying to?
Yes, in like the
Sumo-
funnel.
sumo wrestling.
That's called
That's
sumo.
what I like.
That's
Yeah.
called sumo.
Was
yeah.
that what? But not the one that was in the. There was the custom made one where there was the hole.
Yeah,
in
the
the
hole in the middle.
That
Yeah,
was called
yeah,
sumo,
it's
yeah.
called sumo. Yeah, it's
The
called
old
sumo.
dumpster fire in the middle, man. You
Yes,
can't fall into
that
it.
is-
Are you talking
Yes.
about the one that as time expires,
Yes,
the ring,
that's-
how the rings
disappears.
That's
disappear?
called.
But not because there's one in the customs where it's just flat and you're all
Right.
in the mongooses.
Yeah,
Not-
Yeah.
I
not
like.
not
okay.
No, no. Okay, it's not called sumo then. What's
yeah,
it called?
That's sumo.
What's it called?
Oh, I don't-
I can't remember.
I'm
I
gonna
know what
look it
you're
up.
talking
I'm gonna look it
about.
up
We'll look
and
it up.
figure it out.
You know what you're talking about. What you got?
I like the was it the Slaughterhouse one? All these are Halo 5 by the way.
Oh, the
but,
horror
like,
game type?
Yeah, yeah.
That's so fun.
Man, that scares the crap
Infection.
out of Yeah, I love horror stuff, and so that one.
We've had
that's
a
good
lot
one.
of fun
Pretty
on
scary.
that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. What you got, Andrew?
I don't give a crap what you guys say. I'm going to say two. One is the Jenga, couple of the Jenga maps
Jenga's awesome.
Those are
that are just so much fun because it's not like there's no like really winning because
And
obviously the person who is knocking the blocks down wins, and it's so satisfying when you finally get to be the person in the I guess it's the Phaeton. Gosh, it's so much fun.
So
it's so much fun.
What's
but
the second one?
I'm not done. So the next one.
You only get one, Drew.
All right, Richard. The next one is, I guess it's when you can choose mongoose or warthog, and you got the one guy who's got the rockets, and then at a certain point you get what's it called?
That is Halo on Halo.
Yeah, Halo on Halo is just an unbelievable custom.
That's another
my
friendship.
Whoever
ending,
wrote
Yes.
that,
friendship ending game.
whoever
type
wrote
of thing.
that's just is.
I've been playing
bad
that.
to
I've
the
been playing
bone,
that
man.
since Halo 3. Whenever you could do your first thing with Halo 3, you could first do Forge stuff. We started playing on that, and they've made an iteration for every Halo game since. I love Halo on Halo, man. That's my favorite too, Andrew. I love that one. Let's see. Cheesiest dialogue. The campaign with the cheesiest dialogue. Mine is hands down Halo 1.
Halo 1, 100%.
Halo 1, 100%. They had not quite figured out the storytelling arc yet, and it was like, Captain Keys, he's in that building. And you're just like, okay.
Worst line across all games, man. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's Halo 3, but it's like, Captain, where are we going? To war. It's like, oh.
Dialogue in all the Halo games is very cheesy, but the old
Cringy,
ones are
man.
worse, and they just kind of embraced it. Like, whatever.
I still like finish this fight. That's what I just love that line.
It's cheesy, but it's great. Yeah.
All right, so what you got a specific one?
No, I will say the custom game is called Sumo Pit.
Sumo Pit.
Very close.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's Sumo. It's Pit.
No,
Sumo
none
Pit.
of the dialogue to me was like standout cheesy. I did like I know what the ladies like.
Yeah.
Sergeant
I know
Johnson.
what the ladies
Sergeant
like.
Johnson.
All right, go ahead, Richard.
Probably Halo 1.
Halo 1. That's pretty cheesy. Andrew.
I don't have one.
You don't have one. All right, we're down to the bottom here. Best multiplayer customization, hands down, Halo 5 for me. I mean, you can't. There's so much to do. You know, there's like hundreds of pieces of armor.
I like
there.
the volume in Halo 5, the actual the quantity, but as far as quality, Halo Reach, man. I'll never forget grinding out what was it called? Credits?
Yeah.
What was the currency
Something
in Halo
like
Well,
that,
Reach?
because
yeah.
you gained like XP points pretty much.
It was basically
after
like
every
an
game.
in-game
Gosh,
currency.
I remember
Yeah.
some of those helmets
And just
were
saving-
almost unachievable.
well-
Dude, saving up for the sniper bullet
did
shoulders.
you have to be a level too, like to?
Yes.
Yeah, they were hidden
Well,
behind
I will
levels
say
and in-game
least
currency.
favorite ranking system, Halo Reach, but best, unlocking customizations. It actually made unlocking customizations a lot more fun.
Yeah, I mean, I remember. We played for a really long time, and like when you finally got that like double sniper arm pieces, man,
They
I
gotta
remember
bring
that
that
being
back.
so
343.
satisfying.
Halo
Bring
5
that back.
didn't have any value for the stuff you got.
No.
You had some cool
Right.
stuff, and some of it was legendary, but because it was all random and
Yeah.
you could just pay for it if
Baseball
you wanted.
cards.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really was.
Yeah.
It didn't. I had no idea what any of the armor was that other people had on. Whereas Halo 3, Halo Reach, like you
Yeah,
knew what
you
those
do.
things were from.
And it was just like,
Hayabusa.
it was like, I want that. Yeah,
it
Recon
wasn't a badge of
armor,
honor, and there's
Hayabusa.
way too many in Halo 5.
Oh yeah, I agree. There's
I
no
don't need
there's no
nine-
badge of
there's
honor
like 9
anymore.
variations of every single type.
Hayabusa, Recon, a lot of those are like badge of honor. You're
yeah,
right.
man.
You're like, that guy did all that stuff to get that.
You know what's so funny is that there's about 1 million different iterations of armor in Halo 5, and I still wear the GameStop pre-order armor, which is the Hunter armor,
Okay. Oh right.
which is funny with all those different options.
All right. Anybody else got any thoughts on multiplayer customization? Because we're gonna wrap it up. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go around the table in the last 5 minutes of this podcast or less. Give your best overall. If you had to pick
Art direction.
No, God no. No, not art direction, but just best overall. Like
I
if
really
you-
liked Rust.
If you shut up. If you had to really break all these down and you had to get into one game, the quintessential Halo game, if I told you right now you could only play this Halo game for the rest, and don't forget about like, oh, nobody plays it online anymore. If everybody had to play this one Halo game with you for the rest of your life, what Halo game would that be?
Reach done.
Yeah.
Halo Reach.
Mine's also going to be Reach. Richard?
Halo 3. Come on, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's gonna be Halo 5.
Okay, Halo 5. So, okay, give us your reasons for Halo 5.
Oh, okay. So one of the big things.
Besides being the only one you've ever played.
That's true. That is very true. That it's the one I played the most by exponential amount. I think that the fact that they kept adding more stuff for so long.
That
was
is a
big thing.
really good
Now
reason.
it doesn't. It's definitely a knock against them. They were missing some stuff that should have been in there at launch. They didn't have big team battle. They didn't really have all that much in there in the beginning. But because they added so many new weapons, so many new game modes, all the Forge stuff coming out, it kept me playing for longer than I would probably have done in the past. So I think that was a big thing. But I mean, I just had the most fun with it because I played it the most.
Okay. Richard, why do you say Halo 3?
It's really the one I spend the most time on. Just I countless hours. Sorry, hold on.
Okay, Richard's
wrong,
out.
Richard?
Like cracking up here.
Richard's out of the podcast. All right.
What's wrong with Richard?
Suck is like
No,
making me
just,
have
answer, just answer the question.
Halo 3 because MLG I tried to go too pro. I was also a little bit too bro, but it was just the most I spent the most time on.
I tried to go too pro, and I went a little too bro. Okay, he was a pro bro, man. Okay, so Halo 3, my reasons for Halo Reach, I mean, they're obvious. We've named them all today. We don't have to go back over them, but I thought multiplayer was great. While I do like customization and some other maps and other ones, I mean, the story...
With or without armor lock, man. Halo Reach with or without armor lock.
You got to leave it all in, you know. But for it to be, you got to leave it all in. I mean, it's just part of it, you know. I mean, I think Halo Reach to me, I want to go play it tonight. Like we should all just go play tonight if we can. So.
Nah, man, you got to go buy it from GameStop, and it's like
no,
$40.
It was
'cause
free. It was free for a while. It was a free.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was a free game. I think it might actually be free.
I don't get it.
Maybe it's on Game Pass. I don't know. I hadn't checked it out. Okay. Anybody else got anything to say before we get out of here? I think that's it. Okay. All right, guys. Hey, that's the end of the podcast. Make sure you listen in next week for another podcast. I'm sure we'll have some news from PAX South, which hopefully we'll be able to bring back some cool stuff from that.
Maybe some Halo news.
Maybe some Halo news. Who knows? Probably not. PAX South. I'm not sure, but it'll be a good time. As always, I am Will Jackson at Will Jax Brantley. We have at the Suck Zone
XCKX Sunny.
My 4 plot.
It's your boy. Brother 3.
Jump online, put our gamer tags in Xbox Live, play with us sometime. We love you guys. See you next week on the 4 Plot Podcast.